This is one of the pages, a copy from the Voynich. Now you can see it's circular and that it has a bunch of women that are unclothed, and it has things that are 360 degrees. What's important about this is exactly like the Stonehenge in a lot of ways. Okay? What we have here is a man pointing his arrow. Now when this is set in a certain position, it tells if it's safe to jump to these stars. The women represent the names of the stars. The stars are just, the stars are what matters. And the stars, if they are, if they have a dot on them, it means that there's a hub there that can jump, like right there. And if it doesn't have one, it means that it doesn't have it. And you can see here, let me give you an idea. We have a lady right here that is blotted out right here, and she's also blotted out right here. That means that for some reason that either the star is not achievable, or maybe it's destroyed, or whatever. Now the way this works is it just like the Stonehenge. Now Stonehenge is not complete. What we do is we look at it, and as humans we look at it and we say, you know, I want everything, every mystery in the world to revolve around me, because that's all there is. Damn it. Unfortunately, that's not all there is. All of these circular deals, there was a spire that fits right in the center. Every one of these has a center dot, and these cheap Chinese screws aren't helping me. If I put it right there. Okay? Now perhaps you can see, once this page is lined up against our sun right there, at a certain spot, it casts a shadow. Okay? That shadow is what these beings or visitors use. And you can see the shadows here. Now that I point them out, if I didn't point them out, you wouldn't notice it. But if you'll, and the table legs have, of course, failed to knock my bolts off. But you can see the shadows that the bolts cast against the sun. That's the same thing that the pegs in the around the Stonehenge did at one time. Now let's complete the Stonehenge, and I'll show you what it looked like from 1,500 or 1,000 feet up. It had a spire right in the center of it. Okay, and I know that there are inner stones right here, but they do the same thing that this did. What it shows is that when a ship comes in and is in the field, the aether field, over a crop field, what it does is it makes a crop circle. And that crop circle basically shows other ships that it is right there in the field. Now when these ships come in, whoops, what the Voynich shows is that they zap the power from local towns that are close to the ship. So local towns in northern England may have power failures or power disruptions, because that's the bigger the ship, the bigger the power disruptions. But if you look at this in a new light, take a look at not what's on the table, but what the sun is casting. Shadows. All of standing stones in England are basically shadow casters. If you look at all of the crop circles in northern England, which are north of this, they are all in contrast, black and white, because that's all these beings can see. Let me put it this way. Have you ever seen a a blue or green or Hawaiian shirt spacecraft? No, they're all silver. Silver or non-colored. That's because they come from a place with low light. Just like the Chiltern glyph showed in 2001. It was posted outside of the Chiltern Observatory, the biggest one in England, and was a response to Carl Sagan's 1973, New Mexico, I believe, binary code that he sent into space. Talked about all humans. Anyway, that message was brought back and received there from 3 planets, and there are millions of them, whoever they are. And also, they follow the transmissions here. So the area north of the Salisbury Plains and right here is a hub or jump-off point. And that's going to be the future of our spaceflight. But well, it's kind of, the sun's not really that good, but if you look at the shadows, that is what the Stonehenge does. That's why it's so big. That is why it's so permanent. That is why it's not finished. It doesn't have to. These visitors see in contrast or black and white. And if you look at all of the crop circles in northern England, you will see that that's what they look like. They could either be for showing the scout ships that come off these ships, big ships, where to come back to, or they could be as a place marker for other ships that are coming in and going to other places. Now, I know it sounds fantastic, and I realize that I'm trying to teach physics to cavemen, but all great thinkers thought ahead, and all great thinkers that pushed open the envelope were always ostracized, laughed at, jailed, stoned, whatever. But that is what the Voynich says. Next video.